Hey, Larken Rose here. I'm tempted to literally do a party pooper series where I do a series of videos that I know is going to offend this group and then offend that group and then offend this group. So I just saw a video today which was supposed to be an inspirational thing. And it was a short little video, not really any substance or political edge to it. It was sort of it was about the message of one person can make a difference, and that one person is you, and people are supposed to go rah, rah, rah. One person can really make a difference. And a thing occurred to me that I had to make a complete party pooper video out of. It is true that one person can make a difference. I'm not actually disputing that. The trouble is that mentality and that attitude, and it sort of ties in with what I refer to as the Disney thing of, if you believe in yourself, you can do anything. No, you can't. Like, if you want to be a gymnast, it doesn't matter if you believe in yourself. You have to learn how to do things, and that requires lots and lots of practice and doing it wrong a million times. Now, there is that element of, okay, you got to like keep trying and keep pushing yourself, and there is even the element of what's it called? Like positive visualization. I forget what the term is. Where, and I know this to be true in football and gymnastics and stuff, where you picture yourself doing it right, and you're more likely to do it right than if you go, oh, I'm going to screw this up, and then you go and try it. You'll probably screw it up. So, but that's just sort of hacking the human brain. It isn't like, if you believe in yourself, you don't need talent or skill or strength or anything else. Just believe in yourself. So I saw this video that sort of goes along with that. Like, one person can make a difference, and it's you. And what makes me cringe about that is, and what immediately comes to mind for me, is the image of cheering throngs cheering for a new tyrant taking the throne. They were all so sure they could make a difference. We've done it. We've finally rebelled against the nasty establishment that was here before, and now our guy is up there. It happened with Mao, it happened with Hitler, it happened with Stalin, it happened with Obama. Like in this country, the left and right do it. Everybody was so thrilled. We finally have a black parasitical lying oppressor instead of a white parasitical lying oppressor. Okay? Did you stop getting taxed? No. Did you stop getting controlled? No. Did they stop blowing up little brown babies on the other side of the world? Nope. They ramped that up. All the people who were genuinely excited and like emotionally in tears when Obama won, it's really sad and frustrating to watch. They believed in themselves, but they didn't fucking understand reality. And I wish this society and this culture would focus a little bit more on telling people, you need to stink and learn how reality works before you believe in yourself. Because if you don't know what the hell you're doing, if you're put in charge, your good intentions and your believing in yourself and your love and compassion won't stop you from making another complete catastrophe. And I made a little video ages ago called If You Were King that does a very simplified version of this. But it's so narcissistic and obnoxious to spread the message that if you just care and believe in yourself, then you don't really need reality. Like, you don't need to learn from the world outside of yourself. If only you could impose your view of reality onto the whole world, you can fix things. No, you stinking can't. Reality doesn't care about your opinions. You have to learn from it. And that's true of like almost every endeavor, not just fixing the world, but almost anything. Like, I believe in myself and I'm going to go design a better combustion engine. Well, do you know anything about physics? No, but I believe in myself. Okay, well then you're screwed. Because reality doesn't care if you believe in yourself. It cares if you believe in reality and know how it works and figure out how to actually do things. And this culture is so freaking self-centered and narcissistic to the point, and this even comes up in Hollywood. I don't usually talk about cultural things that much, and I just made a video explaining why. But the whole focus now is, and there's plenty of other people making fun of this. There used to be lots and lots of movies and shows and stories going back like hundreds of years that include struggle and internal growth and development and somebody like pushing really hard against obstacles to better themselves. Not to just foist themselves and their inherent awesomeness on the world, but to better themselves, to make themselves stronger and learn stuff and do stuff and be something. And the culture used to focus on encouraging people to be something by making themselves something instead of just decide you're good enough as you are. No, you're not. Neither am I. Neither is anybody. There isn't a reason to stop learning or trying to accomplish things. And it's not that, you don't deserve love or you don't deserve to exist until you're better than you are right now. It's like, okay, you're a person, okay, that doesn't make you awesome and perfect and worthy of praise, and it sure as hell doesn't mean that you would have the foggiest stinking idea how to fix the world or how to fix a clogged toilet or anything else. But this attitude that is so self-absorbed to just believe in yourself and spreading that attitude to people without having any idea or any mention of whether they understand anything, that's part of this weird culture. And now it's just with Amanda and myself, it's just a running joke. It's like if we're trying to do something or somebody else is trying to do it, just believe in yourself, like something that, this obviously isn't going to work. Well, you just have to believe in yourself, and then, no, it stinking won't. And the amount of people who have believed in themselves and made the world way worse is huge. And some of them are very famous for being tyrannical, destructive monsters. And then lots more weren't famous, but they were the ones who cheered those monsters into power because they didn't understand how anything works. And by the way, this is a perfect description of every young person who thinks it's cool to be a communist or a socialist. Stop believing in yourself and learn how to think because you believe something that is logically idiotic and morally evil. And so believing in yourself while you're duped by something that stupid and anti-human, that believing in yourself is not what you need to do right now. You need to humble yourself and learn how reality works. And that's true of everybody, myself included. It's true of car mechanics. I don't want to just take it to some grumpy guy who's been fixing cars 30 years. I want to take it to some young person who has new ideas and believes in himself. Does he know anything about mechanics? Not how a car works? Well, no, but he has fresh ideas and he believes in himself. Okay, you can take your car to him. I don't want to be anywhere near him. But this weird attitude that sort of leaves off the fact that reality is a thing outside of you. And I even see some people in the freedom movement who have this same thought pattern. Reality is something you have to learn about. When we start as tiny little babies, we don't know anything. We don't know how to do anything. We have to learn from the reality around us. And there's no point at which you should stop doing that. I'm still trying to learn things about the reality around me. There are pieces of it I figured out. There's 80 bazillion pieces I haven't. And that's true of pretty much everybody. But I hate this message that's just, in so many ways, snuck its tentacles into our culture that, your opinion is valid because you have it. No, it isn't. Reality determines whether your opinion about something physical is valid. And I see pro-freedom people, I believe this weird idea about whatever. And it's like, you didn't get that you just heard that and liked it and are emotionally attached to it. You didn't actually research anything. And I'm going to mention Flat Earth here, and then I'm going to get 100 comments from people who believe the flat earth psyop crap. And they're going to say, no, you just believe NASA. They're going to do a perfect illustration for me of what happens when you believe in yourself and you trust your own eyes, but you don't have a brain because you haven't learned how anything works. So you have a child's processing capacity in your brain because you don't know how logic and deduction and proofs work, but you heard something and it felt good and you believed in yourself. And I don't want to just pick on flat earthers here because tons of different people do that in tons of different ways. And the fact of the matter is, the vast majority of people, including good people, like loving, caring, good people who are kind of ignorant as hell about a lot of things, which is describes most of the world. The average good person, if you put them on the throne and said, now you're in charge, would make an absolute catastrophe. It would lead to widespread, horrible suffering, unless they had the wisdom to go, I don't know how to run things. Why the hell did you put me on a throne? It's literally The Hobbit. It's The Hobbit and Gandalf. The Hobbit is humble enough to go, don't give me the ring. I'm not supposed to be ruling the world. I'm good at gardening and some other stuff, but I'm not so presumptuous to think that my ideas should govern like the behavior of everyone and everything on the planet. That's insane. So the Hobbit is humble enough to go, I don't want that power. And the wizard, who's been around for ages and knows all this stuff, is smart enough to be, don't give me that power either. Because with everything I know, that power would still cause a giant catastrophe, even though I would mean well. And there's an awesome quote in the books from Gandalf. A shorter version shows up in the movie where he's like, don't tempt me. Understand, Frodo, I would use this ring through a desire to do good. But through me, it would wield a power too terrible to imagine, or something like that. That was actually pretty close to a direct quote. In the book, it goes on longer. But that's actual wisdom. Instead of believe in yourself, is have the humility, whether you know a whole lot or almost nothing, to realize that you shouldn't be in charge of the whole world. And until you learn reality and bow to reality, not a ruling class, not a political parasite, not a king, not a Congress, but accept that you have to deal with the reality that you don't get to just choose. You don't get to just imagine into existence whatever reality you think should be. And I see that in so many ways, including in people in the freedom movement. And even the inspirational thing, that believe in yourself, one person can make a difference. That's true. One person can make a difference, but only if they first learn a whole bunch. By being humble enough to take the time to learn what's real, instead of this idea of, just go out there and inflict your goodness on the world and you'll fix it all. No, because goodness plus ignorance equals friggin' catastrophe. And you can see that in little ways, in huge ways, going back through all of recorded history. And so this is my anti-pep talk. Instead of go out there and believe in yourself, go out there and learn something. Like, there's nobody, myself included, who shouldn't be trying to learn things better and understand things better. And then when you have something to say or a suggestion or a solution or something to try, it's not based on your feels and your self-esteem. It's based on having a certain level of understanding about the world around you and reality. And that's just skipped by so many people now in the U.S. I'm sure it isn't just the U.S., but American culture now so much focuses on if you believe in yourself. Oh, the other side of the thing I was going to say about the movies is people pointing out that now, like, you get the new... I forget all the different stories. But like the new version, well, the woman shows up and because she's a woman, she's already an awesome girl boss and she knows how to do everything and is perfect at everything. There's no learning curve. There's no arc. And it's written by people who really think that that's reality. If you just know how awesome you are, then you can just magically do stuff. No, you can't. And that is a truly shitty message to spread to children or to spread to anybody. And so I had to make this party pooping video to say, before you think you could run out and change the world, take some time, like years, hours and hours and days and weeks and months and years, to learn how reality works. Because you're not going to accomplish anything in the real world, big or small, unless you put yourself below reality and realize you have to be beholden to how reality actually works. If you want to build a house that doesn't fall over, it's not about whether you believe in yourself, it's about whether you understand physics and carpentry. If you want to make a new invention, you have to understand how those things work. Anyway, you get the point. So this was my anti-pep talk. And I'm here to tell you, if you just believe in yourself, you'll probably screw things up unless you first take a lot of time and effort and put that into learning reality, and then let the solutions be based not on your likes and your wishes and your emotions and your feels, but on how reality actually works. And so I know that makes me a harsh, meanie party pooper, but I guess I'm a harsh, meanie party pooper. So get out there and stop believing in yourself and start believing in reality and learn some crap, and then see what you can accomplish.